heck?
バッテリーと懐中電灯を持っておかなきゃ。ろうそくもいいけど火事の危険があるからね。
Is that Japanese?
私たちは乗ってきました。リトルビチガイのマークです。そしてドッグフェストです。ゴースペルフェストの夜です。ジプジャムです。朝のために女性たちのところへ。So recently I saw this question floating around online asking if Myrtle Beach is a good place to raise kids, start a family. And well, I sure hope so. So now obviously my wife and I started a family here. But you may not know this, I've never had any intentions of having children. And I gotta be honest, the community we live in went a long way in convincing me. I always liked kids and all, I just never really wanted one of my own. And also, yeah, I was on the, what kind of a world am I bringing him into sort of mindset. But when this is the world I'm bringing him into, now my opinions may also be a little skewed. If you don't know where I grew up, yeah, not super kid friendly. My backyard for most of my childhood was an alleyway. Our corner store was a really raggedy Goodwill. That said, of course, I'm gonna say heck yeah. It's an amazing place to grow up. I actually tell the boy every day that I would trade places with him a million times over, every single day. But yeah, the question remains, is it a good place to raise kids? Well, I mean,
You're going to want to send an email to that email address right here.
I have been waiting a ridiculous amount of time to try this place out. It's rare that I can get away, eat out at a place without feeling too guilty, and Cat hates salads and anything with vegetables in it. So, when the cat's away, the mice eat salads. Alright, back to business. Is Myrtle Beach a good place to raise kids? Well, I'll tell you, all the young people I've ever met here are incredibly polite. It's such a family-oriented community. And sort of a glimpse at that, we're off to Movie Under the Stars in Market Commons, where they have a free movie and music and kid stuff for families. Yeah, they set up a big old screen, they have vendors selling drinks and snacks, and as soon as the sun goes down, they start the movie. And I mean, even besides all this stuff, I mean, there's kids everywhere, lots of extracurricular activities, clubs, groups. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have a functioning 4-H club here. Got the surf camp, Surf Dreams Foundation guys, and I mention SDF a lot and how their crew dominates all the surf competitions on the East Coast. Go Grom Squad. But the other thing I don't mention as often is it's really a mentoring program. I mean, these uncles, Phil, Tommy, the boys that volunteer with them, they mentor these kids, man. They're some of the most polite, well-spoken, looking out for each other kids you'll ever find. I literally almost cried when I saw one of them speak at the Carolina Cup the first year.
Staying positive, and that's how you do it.
I mean, Who talks like that? What kids talk like that? Do you want to know how me and my friends were talking on the streets of East Baltimore?
You know what I'm saying? Everybody walking the face of the earth trying to judge the J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But I ain't shook. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying, know what I'm saying, too many times. 80 or 90 times? That's too many times. Once or twice is cool, but 80 or 90 times, man?
What are you, from the department of know what I'm saying?
And what do you think, Bubba? You like being a kid living here? I'll tell you what he doesn't like is he doesn't like feta cheese, apparently. I gave him a little from the salad. He did not like that. He loves hummus. Roasted garlic hummus. Hey. Yay! Go-karts, jungle gym parks, mini golf. You know, back home in Baltimore, we actually did have mini golf. This place called Mike's Mini Golf, I'm pretty sure was the name of it. Awful. Arcades, water parks, amusement parks. Actually, several amusement parks, several water parks. What else? What else do you have that I didn't have, you ungrateful little... Summer camps. I'm so jealous, honestly. This kid's got it made. It's the Market Common. I don't know why. I just always say Market Commons. I think everyone else really does too. It's the Commons. Here you also have Grand Park with all of its many, many playgrounds, including Savannah's playground, the accessible playground. I mean, it just seems like such a silly question. Like, this is my neighborhood. We live just a few blocks that way. Kids are out here at the playground. Kids are setting up to watch a movie across the street. People are riding their bikes, walking their dogs. I can't imagine a place, honestly, that's better to raise a family. Have it set up so that while you're on your walk exercising, you can practice reading. Come on. And of course, the aforementioned jungle gyms. There is a soccer field beyond that. And on the other side of the soccer field, there's a rec center, baseball fields, a rollerblading rink, batting cages. I can keep going. Community garden. And for us older people, there's exercise routines you can do along your walk. No, your ears aren't deceiving you. That is the sound of kids playing easy listening for you as you walk by in the musical section of the park. It's great because all the notes are in key, so you can't make it sound bad. It always sounds good, which is nice. There's zip lines. Zip lines. Obviously, I'm not gonna like turn around and just be filming the playground, but you guys get the idea. I sincerely can't wait until he's old enough to come and play in this thing, because I think I want to go and play on it as much as he does. And look, walk around the lake, back to the park for movie night. There's ducks. Is it perfect? No. That would be silly. No place is. Would I have chosen to start a family anywhere else? Most certainly not. Especially seeing as I'm from Baltimore. Kat is from New York. I moved here from Chicago. Oh yeah, there's also swans. And I mean, talking about community spirit, Jimmy's had his first birthday He's already a member of 2 social clubs. Actually, 3, I guess. The Junior Water Buffaloes. I really want to get that started. We're not gonna do scouts, that's for dorks. And even when higher education is concerned, you know, sure, would I be proud if Jimmy got into Yale or Harvard or something one day? Sure. I'd also be bankrupt. But you know, the nice thing is we've got CCU, we've got Horry Georgetown Trade School, we've got the Culinary Institute. These are all in walking distance to the house, not the CCU. The theater is going to be very close downtown. We got Clemson. And when you're down here, these are extremely well-respected institutions. So, you know, you don't need to get into Harvard. I'd be dang proud if he grows up and becomes a mailman. I need a mailman a heck of a lot more than I need a CEO. Alright, bud, so for movie night this week, I got this classic, alright? So this is about how Cold War rhetoric mixed with, you know, military-industrial complex will end up being the death of us. Oh, wait a minute. I must have read the schedule wrong. What the heck's this? Well, that was a wash. Nah, it looked fun. It's what, Under the Boardwalk? Something about hermit crabs or something in New Jersey.
I'm not like these other crabs, all right? I don't throw my claws in the air. Oh, yeah. I don't wave them like I just don't care. What's up, wakey, wakey.
It looks fun, but Bubba's ready to zonk out. It's late for him. Now, I can only say, again, from my experience, you know, my kid's not in school yet. He's not even walking yet. But if I were to be asked whether I think that the Myrtle Beach public school system is better or worse than the Baltimore public school system,
Y'all, I am not even joking. This is my real life middle school principal, Vera Holly. I'm still terrified of this woman. The camera's shaking when I'm trying to film this.
Stand up when I talk to you, young man. I know your mother, Terrell. She didn't raise any clowns. Now, did she?
No, man.
I loved my teachers. They tried real hard. Obviously, it didn't work. But yeah, I would gather that they're probably a little bit better.
We brought you down here because you're here to learn about the...
They're beautiful, beautiful schools. Wonderful performing arts programs.
Later that night.
The President, I would not rule out the chance to preserve a nucleus of human specimens.
You watching this, bud? Bud?
Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Every night is a fantasy. Every sound's like a symphony.
This has been a Spinestead and Eater production.
You taking the know I'm senses? You counting my know I'm sayings? We're hanging out, right? It's all
8 or 9
good.
times? That's
But you
too
see
many
what I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying.
You're riding on my jock, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? And you're counting my know I'm
That's too many
sayings.
times. That's
How am I
once or
supposed to
twice
be
is
myself
cool,
when you're counting my
but
know
8 or
I'm
9
sayings
times,
all the
you know what
time,
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
saying?
J-Rock, like you're saying it.
Saying what? You know what I'm saying?